I respect all the others. I respect also all the things that you disagree with me, but at the end, I am the head coach, and I know probably will come the Chris Sadak question, the super shock question, and it's all good. All good, all
it's
fair.
It's the neck. It's the neck.
See? All good. It cannot be water Gatorade. So then I move them, and I put them on the side, and it's a crazy habit. Would we not have all the players in that kind of competition? Why we should go to Europe with that squad if that was the last FIFA day before the most important game? But you still have a responsibility as a journalist, a reporter, a media. You want to change the coach, it's fine, change the code, push to change the code. This is all the world. But stay fair, stay not personal.
You cannot deal with the big guy or someone whose power often described as อยู่เป็น สวัสดีครับท่านผู้ชมนี่คือคุยไซส์โค้งกับผมต้องพุทธิพงศ์นะครับวันนี้แปลกตาแน่นอนเพราะว่าเรามาถ่ายทำกันนอกสถานที่นะครับและเป็นครั้งแรกของรายการคุยไซส์โค้งด้วยที่มาเยือนบ้านแขกเลยโอเค
Hey my friend, how are you?
Good morning มาโนโฮกิง
Good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too วันนี้เราบุกบ้านของโค้ชมาโนโพกิ้งที่ตอนนี้ว่างงานอยู่นะครับหลังจากที่ไม่ได้ทำงานให้กับทีมชาติไทยแล้วนะครับผมเดี๋ยวเราไปคุยกันข้างในดีกว่าวันนี้มีหลากหลายเรื่องราวครับที่เราจะมาเปิดใจโค้ชมาโนโพกิ้งตอนนี้เราอยู่บ้านของอดีตโค้ชทีมชาติไทยอย่างโค้ชมาโนโพกิ้งครับสวัสดีครับโค้ช
สวัสดีครับน้องสวัสดีครับ welcome we talked long time before about that interview and again if now was okay the time we found the time and I'm happy that you guys are here. Let's talk a little bit about.
Okay, this interview is the deep talk.
Okay.
And serious some question. So, can you tell us if some question make you uncomfortable?
I will tell you. Don't worry.
Okay. Let's start.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
First question. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, I'm still in Thailand, as you know. After the games against Singapore. Was the time that we finished the job with the national team, but my family and I are very happy to live here in Thailand. My daughter is here in the school in this compound. So after some talks with my family and my wife, we decided that we will stay here some months until she finished the school, and then we will see what is next. We have a lot of friends here. We are living here 11 years already, so was just the thinking about going to Brazil and waiting there, where we also, of course, have our own families, or waiting here because the market here, where the people know me, the countries here in the Southeast Asia is probably the place where I will go next. So we decide to stay close to the area and also to finish the school of our daughter. But we are happy. I'm enjoying the time, free, no stress. So it's good. Sometimes it's good to have a little bit relaxed time with family and friends.
As you told us, looking back to when you in Thailand to assist Winnie in Free Schaefer, the former coach of Thailand national team since 2012. After that, you had the intention of working as a coach in Thailand?
Yeah, I didn't know that, but again, I got the offer from Army. I decided to take it and to see how it will be. And then again, what was being very good. The Army year was a good year for me after I went to Supan. And then I got the offer from Bangkok United, so I stayed there for 6.5 years. That was a fantastic time of my career, and that's why I'm still here in Thailand. Yeah, but I never thought before that I would be here so long.
You got a job at 3 Thai clubs, but we talk about the longest team, that is through Bangkok United.
Yep.
I would like you talk about the overall image of managing the team.
Fantastic. I'm everything what I have today or how far I came as a coach. Probably thanks to Bangkok United, because it's not easy for a coach to stay so long in a club, and I believe we were playing beautiful football. Okay, I also know you probably will come to that question that we didn't win anything. Again, I also have a little bit a different opinion from the social media's opinion. I mean, winning is clearly the most important thing in all the sports, but it's not always everything. I just can say that the time with Bangkok United was a great time for me as a coach, as a person, as a human being. I met a president with Kunka John and with the general manager Noon. Two fantastic persons all the way long. They were not only my bosses, they were my friends, and we together we built a team that when I arrived was in the relegation zone, and today is one of the top 3 teams in the country. And I'm proud to be part of that development, or that we create that foundation. We change a lot of things in the club. We start again in a renting places, playing in Thai Japan, and with the time we moved to Thammasat. We got a very nice training, a very good quality training center to train, a good clubhouse. So it was a huge process to build something that was not existing to the club that is now. Of course, with the time and with the investments, the pressure to win trophies were getting higher and higher, and that's why at the end we part ways because we couldn't get that one. But the journey alone, all these 6.5 years were fantastic. I have very good memories from that. Again, I just said it's always difficult to say what is a failure or what is a success. If you want to judge that only by titles, you could say it's a failure. But again, we arrived there, the club was starting to be that competitive. I would say, okay, it's a failure maybe the last 2 years, but not the 6 years. We built something, and at the end we need to win something. But again, we finished second twice. We lost a cup final. We were getting there, and they are getting there now also again. They are now top of the table. They will fight for that. The day will come where Bangkok United will be champion. I'm pretty sure about that, and I'm happy for them. I'm very happy for them because again, I helped them to build that at the beginning, and now they have again a great club with great facilities, great infrastructure. But I will never say that's a failure. I mean, in my time, we have a very strong Buriram the first years. After you have Monton, we are having 80% of winning rate to that year when unfortunately the king passed away, remember, and the championship stopped. And Tawan, that the coach now was with Monton, he has all, Jay, Mui, all the national team was with Monton, and we were scoring 100 goals that season, and still was not enough to be champion. I mean, if you see these 6 years, to see, you didn't win anything, that was a failure, believe me, I totally disagree on that, because I know how difficult it was to beat that teams at that time. Buriram was very dominant with the Spanish guys, with Carmelo, after with Diogo, Macena. Only one is winning, guys. I mean, 6 times, one is winning. Of course, at the end, as I said, the last 2 years when we start to invest more, we bought Pirapat, we bought Tristando, we bought Anon. Okay, then the pressure was rising to say, look, now we want to get something back from that as a club. And then I can understand that pressure. But before it was joy. We really enjoy to work together. No? Good experience because I get to know a bit the culture and and the Vietnamese mentality, especially from the players, from the work, how to work. At the same time, was a difficult time because it was COVID time. So we have many stops in the league, and even at the end, when I left, they just canceled the league. I was supposed to go back to Ho Chi Minh. All my apartment was there with all my stuff, my clothes, everything, but then they stopped the league and they never came back because of COVID. And in that time that I was waiting to go back is when it happens that Kompeng called me for the national team Thailand. And that's why I didn't go back to Vietnam. But the 6 months that we were there, we could not work proper because, again, as I said, sometimes you cannot train, you have to come back, go quarantine again, stay in your home, train again 2 days, or stop again. So it was not easy because of the COVID, but the experience alone, or the city, the country, I like it a lot.
Not consistency.
Right, it was not consistent because, again, difficult COVID time. But okay, the league, the Vietnamese league, the V League, is still not so far like the Thai league because of all these things that we said. I mean, the clubs still don't have the infrastructure that many clubs in Thailand are having. Now you have here 6, 7, 8 clubs with good training center, with good facilities, and in Vietnam it's still not the case. They, of course, they have now with Hanoi Police, one very strong team with many national team players. They have Hanoi FC, they have Vietel, they have some clubs, of course, that are doing better, let me say, but they still don't have the same infrastructure from a league like the Thai league. But the players, to work with the Vietnamese players, was a big pleasure, I must say. They are really good workers. Very good, very professional. I mean, it's different than Thailand. It's different. There, most of them live in a clubhouse together. You know, they really live for that football. Things that are not happening here anymore. This maybe 20 years ago was in Thailand. But there they are really, again, they are good boys to work with. Very good. Vietnam is a little bit more hard work than Thailand. They have a lot of quality. They are physically also very strong, because they really live for the football.
So how do you feel about the significant opportunity to become the head coach of Thailand national team? Were you surprised by the choice that based on your track record and profile at that time, success and might not have been as pronounced as expected?
Look, I was not surprised because, again, I trust myself a lot. I know I am a good coach, so you should never be surprised when you get a good offer. If you get a good offer, it's because someone is seeing something on you, and that is how I took. But of course, I was overwhelmed. I was very happy and very proud because I know the league very well. I know all the players. Again, after 2 hours, I was already thinking, how could be my 11? Who should I call? Yeah. I was very excited and happy, and that's why I come back to tell you that I'm very thankful to Kompeng because she was the one to appointed me with Somyot, of course, but she was the manager. She was the one that called me when I was in Brazil, and I was really proud and happy and ready to take the challenge. It was a risky contract, if you remember. They gave me 5 months contract. They say, okay, let's see the AFF, what you can do. And for me, again, we play one of the best AFFs in the last years or since I am here. We didn't only win, we win with a good style and we win with good football. With the time, you get used to that. That is the life of us coaches. You will always be in the spotlight. We will always have criticism. It's up to you how you handle that. Which ones you can take in a good way, which ones you should just ignore, and you just keep working. Keep working, keep believing on what you do. people like to criticize. As I told you this before here. We live in a society that loves the negative more than the positive things. I give you an example. As a coach or as a club, you win a game at 2-0. You have today, in these days, social media world. You win a game 2-0, there is 1,000 people saying, very nice, well done, good coach, good players, nice goal. You lose a game 2-0, you have 10,000 comments saying, coach, you are stupid, why are you here, let's fire him, this player not good, this player not good. You know, this is where we live. It's not what we can do. This is how the social media makes the world. I believe the world before was more beautiful, because now everyone can say whatever they want, and they have a voice on the internet. And again, it's up to you how you filter that. As I told you, if a football fan that works for 10 hours and loves football, play with the friends on Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, if he lose a game from his club or from the national team, and he is with emotions and frustrated and say, bad coach, and again, he's okay. He's all right. It's his emotions. He wants to win the game. For him, it doesn't matter too much how we lost the game, how we perform. I don't have a problem with that. I totally understand that. And again, we just respect that they would love to win the game, and that's it. And you work again for the next game.
Next, on assuming the position of the head coach, the Thai national team, did you have specific plans or ideas in mind for shaping the teams and its strategy?
Yes, of course. As I told you, I mean, maybe 2 hours after the call from Compain, I was already thinking who could be my 11, how I want to play, who should I call. I know all the players from the league. It's a privilege for a national team coach, because you can pick the players that you like, that you think can fit in your system. That's a big advantage for every coach that coaches national teams. And I must say, I was already believing that this will happen, and now I can tell you, after 2 years with the national team, the work that we put together, coaches, staff, players, managers, was always, all the time, fantastic. The players are happy. They want to play for the national team. They are proud of playing for the national team. There are many different ways to win a football game. Okay, people know me here also. I'm 10 years here. They know that I like to play with the ball, that I like an offensive game, that I like to take some risks. I know also sometimes these risks can come back to me, but this is the way that I believe. I believe on building up from the back. I believe on attracting the opponent to get your good players, offensive players, in better positions, because I believe with that style you can create more chances than your opponent. And I believe that with the time, if you are playing like that, you will win more games than lose. And that is what I believe is my personal opinion as a coach. I respect all the others. I respect also all the things that you disagree with me, but at the end, I am the head coach. I have the decisions to take, and I know there are some risky decisions sometimes, but I can only guarantee you I didn't met in my life a coach that take a decision where he's thinking, that's not good for my team. We coaches always think that is the best team that I can play now, and that's what I did all the 2 years. And I know probably will come the Chris Sada question, the super shock question, and it's all good. All good, all fair.
It's the neck.
See? All good, all part of this business, as I told you. Better I give to you, and I know what will come back.
Is it true that you forgot on the offensive game so much that you forgot on the defensive game?
It's not true. It's a balance again. I mean, of course, again, guys, if you decide to be very offensive, and if you decide to take risks, this is what will happen. It's like how Mourinho said one time, it's a blanket that is short. If you put it here and it's warm here, maybe your feet are cold. If you cover your feet, maybe here is cold. I mean, you can. Okay, what is the perfect? The perfect football is you attack very well, you defend very well. Okay,
yeah,
fine. But you still can say, okay, I want to take more risks offensively because I believe that I have the players and the quality for that. I believe Thailand, the way we are Thailand, we have the quality to play offensive football. That's my opinion, my personal opinion. And if you hire me, you will see that. If you hire someone else, you will see maybe something different. But everyone who hires me can know that I believe we have the quality to try to control the game most of the time and to compete with every single team. And I believe we showed that in these 2 years.
After that, you led our Thai national team to win the ASEAN Cup 2 times in a row. Yep. What do you think was the factor of success?
Quality of the players. We have quality enough for that.
Not you, not yourself.
Of course, I trust myself, as I said, but first, the quality of the players and a good tactic. A good tactic comes from me, but I can have a good tactic if I don't have good players. I will not do it. But in this case, of course, there was a lot of coaching involved, but at the end, the quality of the players is what makes us to win this 2.
This question may sound funny, but it's true. How do you feel about being at the club for so long without success, but came to be successful in the national team?
As I told you, I believe that time that you think is no success for me is a kind of success. Because someone was seeing that way to play and decided to give me the job. So I deserved to get the job because of the way I was playing. And that gave me the job. And when you got a job with the national team, that is the highest what you can achieve in the country, maybe the titles will come, and then we have to play in the AFF. Was my first competition. I could get all of the players. They have the quality. So I was never afraid or worried that in my career I not win a title. I knew one day will come. Winning is everything in sports. But it doesn't mean that a coach is only good if he wins. I know many bad coaches that won titles. I know, believe me. But it depends what you want. As I gave you one example long time ago. You want to coach in the Premier League or you want to coach in France or in Germany. If you coach Bayern Munich, you need to be champion. Because of the pressure. If you coach Paris Saint-Germain, you need to be champion. But there is many coaches coaching whatever. Dortmund, Leverkusen, that they can be champion. Maybe they will not be champion. But they are there. They are coaching in a high level for a very long time. But they are not winning the title. But they are coaching in the Premier League. They are coaching Brighton. They are coaching Crystal Palace. And they are good coaches because they are in that level. But they will not win at the end maybe. But what? If they coach 10 years the Premier League and you don't win a title, you are a bad coach? How? You coach the Premier League in England. You are a good coach. But at the end, only one will win. So, again, if your focus is on winning, okay, then you have to wait a good offer where you must win. Then, okay, then you have to put yourself there and say, look, now I need that title because I am better than the others. Sometimes if you are not better than the others, you will not win that title. But you still can be a good coach. You still can bring players to the national team. You still can develop players. You still can help players to be better.
How do you think working for a club is different from working for the national team?
It's much different because, again, you can pick up the players. Sometimes players in good form, sometimes players that fit to your system. In a club, you have the daily work every day, every week in a game. You must recover from a defeat very quick. National team, you have more time. You have I like to watch games. I mean, you can go to the stadium, you can scout your players, you see how they do, to find a good first 11, to find a good 23 squad. So it's nice to work with the national team. Also, you have more time for your own in the club. You have the pressure every weekend. But again, the pressure is of course much higher. When you start to be in the negative run, it's not easy to control, because you know then the people will be very hard on you and they will ask for a change in the coach and they will again put the trend in the social media, so it will not be easy.
Of course, while managing the national team, there will be criticism all the time. But as the media, we have to say that the thing that you are most question about is the lineup of player. Again,
See, you come.
again,
I knew it.
especially moving player to play in position they are not good with.
This is some fan opinions. My opinion as a coach is different, and at the end is my job to take decisions. All the decisions that you take as a coach, you will take some risk. And I know you are saying, oh, you are playing Chris Adai, the center back man, where he is not good at. Again, for me, he was amazing. The first AFF championship that we won, Chris Adai was the man of the championship for me, and helped me a lot to play that way, and helped me a lot to win that cup. And if I don't win that cup, you are not sitting here today, because I will get fired after 5 months, 3 months actually.
Yeah.
And who knows where I would be. And Chris Adai was one of the guys that bring me to sit here with you today, even if you don't believe that. But I understand you want to play with big center backs, for example, and play more defensive aerial duels, not building up. Okay, then I probably, if I play that way, I also probably don't play Chris Adai. But I don't play that way. I want to build from the back. At that time, we will come to that also, it's interesting. At that time, we don't have Panza. We have only Manuel Tombia.
Yeah.
From 2 guys. The second AFF, we have Panza, but we don't have Manuel Tombia. That were 2 good central defenders that time. After that, okay, Elias was coming, Shalom Sak was coming, Anouk from Bangkok United was coming. Okay, we still could use that guys, true. But Chris Adai was giving me what I believe was needed for that time. For that time, for the first one, to survive. He was giving me that. And he was doing very well. So, the way we play, I believe he was a good player. And I am not the only one coach in the world to do these kind of things. That's what you have to understand sometimes. But again, I know the social media trend was, let's kill the coach because of Chris Adai. Let's kill the coach because of Super Shock. Again, when Czech didn't play on the left, sometimes was because at that time, I believe it, Bordin was being amazing. So I, as a coach, need to find a way to play Bordin and Super Shock. This is my job. But I want to keep Super Shock, Czech, more in the middle. Like Messi J, he plays some good games there. And again, you say, oh, but he plays always on the left. In Japan, his team play in a 3-4-3 formation.
Yeah.
He never play on the left like you are trying to tell me that he play on the left. No, he play in a half left position.
Half left.
2 guys playing behind the striker. This is how he plays in Japan. And he's playing very well in Japan in that position. So I was trying to say, Bordin is playing very well on the left. I want him there. And I want Czech to join, for example, Jay in the middle, to work between the lines. Again, if this is right or wrong, the results will tell. If I lose, you want me out, and it's fine. But at that time, I have to decide what I believe is the best for the team. Very simple. And I use that with Czech. I use that with Kurisada, and maybe some games we will use it that different. We never know. We have to see when you get to the competition, what is your squad, what is your idea for that game, and who you think is the best 11. And that decision I have to take alone. I cannot take that decision based on social media. The social media, I don't know who is there. I don't know who is writing there.
Yeah.
You understand? I have to believe on what I study, what I see on football, how much interest I have on watching games, on reading books. That decision is my decision. That I have to take a risk and take the consequence. What was the consequence? Mano out. Hashtag Mano out. Kurisada is not a defender. Chupashok is not a midfield. It's okay. Part of the business, no problem at all for me. It is how it is, because if I keep winning, I still there in the job. And again, I see these 2 years with the national team, fantastic numbers. We won the 2 championships, we qualified for the Asian Cup, and we compete in almost all the games. I played 37 games with Thailand. There is only 2 games that I have no chance. Georgia and Uzbekistan. The other 35, I'm playing football. We are playing football. I can guarantee you that.
Is many question about Viratep Bompan. Can you talk about it?
I am the first coach to coach Viratep to the national team. That's the first thing you should remember. Fantastic player. Good midfield, left foot. I love left footers. So sometimes we use him in a back three because of his quality to come out. He came in, don't forget that, he came in the first AFF as a central defender at the back.
Yes.
In a final, right? Pokal came in and he was playing midfield. He went there because Elias got injury. And we won that final 4-0. The first goal comes from a pass from the back from Viratep. He is a good midfield, he is. So, Saraj is a good midfield. Pitiwat is a good midfield. Kurisada is a good midfield. What's the job of the coach? How can I play all good players together? Sometimes you have to find a solution. And again, Viratep is one of the best midfield in Thailand, and he has a great future. And he will probably play most of the time in midfield, and with me he was playing also most of the time as a midfield. You can check the stats most of the time. Sometimes, again, Vietnam final as a back three, and he did a great game, and we won the final. That's why he played there. That's a good question. Good question, because I know where this can be related, because now we saw Thailand national team in the Asian Cup with the new coach playing in a totally different approach and having a lot of success on defensive game. They didn't concede a goal in the group stage, they qualified, they got a lot of ranking points for FIFA, what is very important. But what I believe, again, I didn't change that when I was facing a team that I believe we could cope playing the same style. The same style. Like China, I don't play defensive against China because I was believing, and I believe until today, that we could beat China playing the way we always play. And I still believe that. In that case, we didn't win. That cost my job. Again, part of the business. But if you ask me to play China again and say, we will play more defensive against China, I am the wrong one again. I believe we can play offensive against China. I believe we can play offensive against Emirates, against Syria, against Iraq. That we play very offensive in Chiang. Fantastic game, 2-2. So it's difficult to change that kind of approach when you believe that your players can do it.
Can you confirm that you select 100% of the lineup every game?
Yes, I can. I confirm that. Yes, I know. I know also why you are question this. I can confirm. I have, as I told you, I have a very, very good relation with Kumpeng, and she never interfere on the lineups. She talk about football with me in a very good level because she knows about football, but she never interfere on the lineup. She never said this player must play or this cannot play. She always asks me, man, what's the plan? What you are thinking? Okay. We always, of course, this is in all the clubs, in all the world. You always can talk with your bosses about what is the plan. But she never interfered to say, look, this one must play or this one cannot play. Never. Nobody can say who must play or who must not play. No? I mean, what happens, and I told you why it's difficult to work with Thailand is the whole system. Because sometimes you don't get all the players. That is also somehow an interference in your job. Because for me, for Thailand football, my opinion again, personal opinion, you can go further and further and better, but you need to have always all the players available. And the national team must be priority number one over the league and over the clubs.
Yeah.
My opinion. If you really want to achieve what you are talking about. But that was not always the case. And at the same time, again, be careful with that when you write that. We only exist because of the clubs. If you don't have the Burirams, the Chiang Rais, the Hachaburis, the Bangkok, there is no league. Because we still are not a profit league. We are not making money. We must be thankful for these people to make football. Or Kumpeng with Thai Port. They are the ones that make possible to have the Thai league. That's why they defend their own interests. And that's why it's sometimes difficult to work. Because there is not like the Premier League, the Bundesliga, the French league. It's not that we are here every weekend having a lot of money from TV rights, stadium full, and making money with football. That's not true. So we are depending on that people that are big owners, that are happy to help the Thai football. That's why they have also a lot of power. And that's why it's difficult. I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm just saying it's difficult if sometimes you get the players, sometimes you don't get, sometimes the league change the schedule, sometimes they don't change the schedule. You understand? And then, how now Asian Cup, preparation for the new coach. How can you, in the middle of the Asian Cup, you have a big game in the Thai league? How was not possible to move that before? You understand? I'm not blaming anyone, and that's important. The problem we have sometimes here, we are always looking for someone to blame. We should stop looking for who wants to blame and sit together again to say, okay, we are focusing now on the problem, but we should focus on the solution. The problem, everyone knows what's the problem, but we are not getting out of this problem. We are always having the same problem. Because we focus on the problem. We need to say, okay, why that happened? Why we could not move the schedule before? Why could we not have all the players in that kind of competition? Why we should go to Europe with that squad if that was the last FIFA day before the most important game of the last 4 years? We sell that China is the most important game in the last 5 years. That game cost my job. Why? Again, I'm not blaming anyone. But why the last FIFA day, before that game, we are going with that team to Georgia? Why we don't have the players there that will play against China if this is the last time to prepare for China? Understand?
I get it.
And again, I'm not saying it's league to blame, is manager to blame, is clubs to blame. I don't want to blame anyone. I'm just saying I was there and I can tell you we didn't have the best preparation for the most important game of the 10 years. That's it. But again, at the end, it's my fault that we lost against China.
Yeah.
And I take that responsibility. Guys, as I told you, at the end, we have the last FIFA day before a very important game against China, where we all together, again, I'm not blaming anyone, we all together, of course, we messed up completely. And I said after the trip, let's take this as a lesson and let's do better next time. Because that was not good.
Yeah.
We went there, again, I'm not saying, please respect the players that went there because they were happy to be there. And I will be always happy to be whatever we are with any player because my job is to coach players. And I was trying my best. I'm just saying we all messed up because we went there with the players that are not the ones that will play against China. Very simple. We want to play China, important game. Okay, let's prepare with the same team because it's the last chance we have. But we didn't do that. We went there with a team that was not the team that will play against China. So, something went wrong. Something went wrong. But I don't want to blame the clubs. I don't want to blame the FA. I don't want to blame Madame. I just feel pity for us that we didn't have the best preparation possible. And at the end, as I said, when we lost to China, was only one stupid person in Thailand. That was me. Because I am the one that has to take everything after that loss. And that also cost my job. And nobody cares if before this happened or not. Because this is how cruel football is. But it's still my responsibility because I don't need to lose that game. I have good players, enough good players to win that game, and that's why everything's okay.
The result of that game, do you realize that you will not continue with Thailand national team?
Yes. Difficult times. I mean, I was having this difficult time already since the Europe trip, since the King's Cup. Was a tough time for me as a coach, as a human being also. I feel the pressure. I knew what was going on. I knew what was happening. It was not easy to handle all of that. But again, I was trying to always focus on my players, to focus on the game. I knew that the game in Singapore was still very important. Don't forget that because Thailand still has a chance. So it was very important to win against Singapore, to have a chance. So we know how important was that game. So, but there, the frustration from the game against China was still in my head because I knew it doesn't matter if I win Singapore or not. I just lost my job.
Yeah.
But I still need to focus to get these 3 points. And again, I'm happy. I'm happy that, again, I left the national team at least winning a game.
That's your last game as the coach of the Thailand national team. I would like to ask, if you manage the Thai national team later until the Asian Cup, how far will you lead the team and still have a chance to qualify for the World Cup final?
Of course. I watch all the games, as I told you. I believe we will do a very good Asian Cup, also with me. Different, again, we never know. Every football game is different.
Yeah.
As you can see, the first game against Kyrgyzstan was a very good win from Thailand. And then the second game is a very defensive approach. Maybe there is already a big difference. Maybe I'm going to attack Oman to think I have to win against Oman. And I will concede a goal, you never know. Maybe I will go and attack Oman and win 2-0 again. Because then Saudi Arabia game was B team against B team. They got only 2 first 11, Thailand 0 first 11, doesn't matter. Both teams are qualified. Yeah. And then Uzbekistan, I will probably play a different 11. You never know. That's why I mean with some what was a bit painful for me after I'm left, and they did well, and it's important for Thailand, but I don't like when people want to compare too much. Then people start to say, oh, but what would happen if Ishi was the coach against China? This doesn't exist in football, because you never know that, because I can say then the same. What would happen if I coach in the Asian Cup? You don't know. Maybe we beat Uzbekistan. You understand? This kind of comparison
I get it.
is, again, we play different style, and the future will say if that style now is helping for getting better. And this I cannot know, and I don't know. I wish Thailand, again, all the best always. I'm just saying that, again, I believe on the way I do, I believe on the way I see football, and that will be my way in the next job again. Again, I will try to be better defensively, but I will not change the philosophy that I believe. I will not change to say, okay, I want to have the ball and I want to create more because I believe I have more chance. I cannot change that, and everyone who hires me knows that. So the team that is hiring me know what they want. And if they want different, they will hire someone different.
Throughout 37 games with the Thai national team, which game do you regret the most?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that was painful. I never lost a game 8-0 in my life. And I'm not sure if everything was my responsibility in that one. But at the end, it is my responsibility. At the end, it's my face there again. When they score 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm there in the cold weather, seeing one goal after the other. And that was painful.
And which game is the most impressive? If you have to shoot one match.
Yeah, still the 4-0 because it was my first title. I mean, we still have the second game, but 4-0 to lose 5-0 would be not. Everything can happen in football, but there was the feeling. Okay, we have done. We're gonna win this title here. Thank you for carrying me. That's nice.
It's shot.
Yeah. Again, guys, it's okay. I mean, when the players win, when Thailand wins, it's because the players win. When Thailand loses, it's because I lost. Or what? Of course, I don't take so much on this kind of things. Of course, at the end, players carry the coach. Of course, they are good. As I told you, they are good. You asked me before, half an hour ago, you said, why did you win? I win because of the quality of the players. What I can tell you many times was needed to have a good coaching decision, and I was there. I can tell you that. But again, and even the second, I think the second AFF, don't have all the players now. The second AFF, we don't have Messi.
Tiroton only.
Right. And we won it. Against Vietnam, that was there for 2 months together with all these players. First of all, you need always to be number one in ASEAN. You cannot forget that and say, okay, this is not easy. You will see it's not easy. But this is first you have to say, okay, I must be now also in the ranking we are coming up, because this must be the minimum. The minimum is to say, okay, I want to win every Asian Cup, every single one, because we have the quality. And then you have to see, okay, then will be about the coach, about the tactic, about the strategy. What can I do to be better when we face Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Uzbekistan? What can we do there in that game? First of all, you need to have all the players. As I said, first of all, all the players must be there.
Yeah.
Because you need the best quality squad possible to have a chance. And then again, it's about coaching, about strategy, about lineup. We saw that. We saw that now in Asian Cup. We saw Jordan going to the final. Who thought that would be possible before? Nobody. But they did it. We saw South Korea not being good. We saw Japan not being good. And before they are favorites to win, to be in the final. They even didn't reach the final. These two big nations. So it's about details at the end. When it comes to that kind of competition, it's about details. But what you have to work, what is in your hand to work is how you continue to improve the league. The Thai league must be better and better. What about the youth system? How you develop young players here? Where are they? If Buriram are not playing them, or Chonburi that love to play young players, where are the others? Understand why you don't have a youth league? A youth league, I mean under 18, under 16, under 14, Thai league youth. To say, look, I am under 18 champion with Korat, whatever. Why we don't play that? Today, an 18 years old boy that in 4 years is 22. Where is he playing now? Okay, we have some in Buriram, some in Chonburi. Where are the others? If they are not getting the chance to play with Bangkok United, with Port, they need to compete. They need to compete all the year with 18 years old. They are almost ready. They need to be playing under 18 or under 20 league that they play every weekend against the best under 20s in the world, and the best ones get the chance to play in the first team, but who is not getting the chance continue to play and compete.
Yeah.
Today many of them, they are where? Nowhere. They are training every day and they are never playing because there is no competition for them. If the team don't give them a chance to play, they don't play. They train. The weekend they saw the match. They train again. They saw the match. They are not competing. But with 18, 19, 20, you need to compete. Look at Europe. Look how they do there. Some teams also bring a lot of young boys, but all of them, if they are not playing the first team, they are playing in the second. They are playing in the B team of Wolverhampton, of Real Madrid, and they can play there. So they are competing and they are improving. And here we don't have that. We don't have that youth league. Rather, you hope that Chonburi will keep bringing young players and that Buriram will find again the next 2, 3 Superchat, Supernat. But if they don't find them, how we continue developing them? But okay, now I believe, again, that Kumpeng can also help on that. They will bring now a lot of Japanese coaches. They have also a lot of discipline. They have a good structure. So I believe the future is getting better. The system, how to get all together with exactly the same interest and the same target. And I truly believe that Kumpeng now as a president can help to achieve that. Because she was there now for 2 years. She was for 7 years, 9 years president of a club. She has this connection. She has a very qualified staff behind her to organize things. And I believe that this is a good start now for Thailand to get better. And I believe that she will help with all the knowledge and all the passion that all the clubs and the league, because now he can control more about the league, that all will know, okay, if you really want to make the next step, we need to organize that better. And again, there is no fault from anyone. Somyot was trying to do the same. I can guarantee you that. He was trying to do the same. Everyone is always trying to do the same, but everyone is fighting somehow alone or for his own interest first. But as I said, it's the whole system. Sometimes we even cannot blame the clubs because sometimes the league also was not having a good schedule for the club, or the trip to Europe should not be to Europe, and then the club is protecting their players, for example. You understand? What I want to say is the system must be better. We need to organize that nobody can get damaged, that nobody needs to play the powerful, to show the powerful, because we have a very clear structure. Okay, this is how we want to go, this is how the league is going, this is how the youth league is going, how we will develop players, but how, when the FIFA day, how can I have the best schedule for the club, for the players? All this, the system must be better.
What has been the biggest problem for you in your work in Thai football national team?
To have all the players all the time. All the best squad possible all the time. The best players must always be there when it comes to the game. And that was almost impossible. We always have a problem here or there. For any reason. Adapting to another country, player need to rest, not FIFA day, many different reasons. But in 11 times that I call the players, I think not one single time we could have all that we want. Except maybe the first time, I believe. Really. First time I was thinking, wow, that's good. And then all the problems start later. But the first time it was important for me because then we won and I get the new contract. And then okay, but then after was not easy, let me say. But again, no blaming game. I don't want to blame anyone. I'm just saying, get all together. Try always to have the best players possible because again, we are not Brazil, Germany, Italy. We need all the best together all the time because they will get together more and more and more. Give the new coach time, give him long contract for him to have them many times, so many times as possible.
Yeah.
Because then you get to use to what you want to play. But if one day, FIFA day, you get this, and then the next FIFA day, totally different. The next FIFA day, totally different again. So how you get this continuous?
Yeah, it's true.
It's difficult for a national team coach because you are not in the club. The club, you are there every day with your players. But for the national team, you have like sometimes it's 4 days, and it's official from FIFA, 4 days, and then 5 days, and then maybe 2 weeks for a tournament. But many of the FIFA days is like 4 days. Okay, if I have only 4 days, at least give me always the best players these 4 days. That the next 4 days they are again, or I have already 8 days. But I have 4 days some, the next 4 days are totally different.
Yeah.
No, totally different. So how you want to make them play together? I think she was already trying to help, even as a manager, not as a president, but as a manager she was trying very hard to get all of this. But now again, being a president and having the experience that we have in these 2 years, plus being also president of a club before, maybe all this combined can help now to do better. I believe that can help because he has qualified staff, a lot of experience. I think that's possible now, that will be better. I hope it will be better because at the end, the players, as I said, they are proud. They want to play for the national team. They want to play every single game. I guarantee that. They are happy and proud to be there. And they want to win games, but sometimes they are not there. And not always is their decision to not be there.
You cannot deal with the big guy or someone whose power. Often described as Thai word อยู่เป็น มาโนอยู่เป็น
Yeah, that's also not true. Believe me, I have. Of course, I mean, this is what the perspective from people that are outside. As I told you, I never have problems on my selections. Never. I always could do what I want. What I mean is, you come sometimes to some situations that you are, of course, as you said, I know the direction of your question, you are dealing with powerful people, and I'm not saying yes all the times. I'm having a lot of fights and saying no, but I cannot come out to tell you I'm fighting with this person now. But I am fighting. Believe me, I was fighting for 2 years. I saw one reporter, a guy that I like, but he wrote something like, Mano cannot be there anymore because he's a yes sir guy. Believe me, that was painful to read because that's not true. And probably I lost my job because I am not the yes sir guy. Probably. I'm not saying, again, I lost my job because we lost against China. That's the fact. But I can guarantee you that again, I love your culture. I love the way you did things. I love this sabai and easy going and no confront, no fight. It's okay for me. I can live on that. It's good for the life. But when it comes to my job, I always try to push hard what I want. And I can tell you that in these 2 years, there are many times where I was not the yes guy and where I was having huge fights with powerful people. But that's part of the business. It's like my wife. I love my wife and we have a lot of fights also. So it's fine. It's part of the relation.
Yeah.
But don't think that I was there for 2 years saying, okay, you can do that, okay, sorry. I was not, man. Believe me, I was not. And again, maybe that cost my job also. Yeah. A part of the result of China. But I will never go on details with that to you guys. I cannot do that. I just can tell you, and that's the truth. It's not like you think. And I know this guy that wrote that was mentioning about I leave the media to stay in the warm-up game against China before. That was, nobody asked me to do that. That was my decision. I was feeling that I want everyone together now for that big game tomorrow. And that training was nothing tactical anymore. It was just a finishing training. The last 20 minutes of finishing. There is no problem that someone can see that. There is nothing that I need to hide from the media. And all the media was there. It was a big game. I want us all together to see the finish, to see how the guys are happy, motivated. That was my decision. And even that, because of that mood that about need to change the coach, was trying to say, look, but you see, they asked to stay and he say, yes, sir. Nobody asked me to stay. I went to my staff to say, tell them if they want to stay, they can stay because I want to be together now. I want us all together for tomorrow. And imagine that decision from me, from myself, was bring it out to the media for something against me, like, he said yes, sir. And that's the problem. I never say yes, sir. In this case, it was my idea. Nobody asked me for that. They are actually asking the media to go out after 15 minutes. Yeah. And I say, stop. Let them enjoy here with us. Tomorrow we have a good game. Again, it was just 15 minutes of finishing. Crossing, finishing, having fun, shooting. It's the only thing I can tell you. Don't think that because, again, nice culture. We know that we can avoid some fights. We should avoid some fights. But one of the reasons why I lost my job is because I said, no, sir. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I think there is a misunderstanding. Not about me. About me, again. I think people know me. I'm a very straightforward guy. I don't have a problem with.
Such as you been.
Yes, but the misunderstanding is now to discredit the work we have done. That is for me now being a little misunderstanding. Because we did a lot of good things. We played some good football for many moments. We won 2 titles that are not, again, as I told you, not easy, and we were not winning before. And that's a bit of misunderstanding to say, this was easy or only because of the players. Again, the players are there before as well, and they will be there also in the future, and you will see how difficult it is. There is no misunderstanding on that. Don't discredit that. And again, don't think that I play Super Shock and Krisada because the team is worse than. No, it's what I believe. And again, they help me a lot with that. Eh? And one more thing, what the people always say, try the team. That one is the worst one. I got long time, he's trying the team, he's trying the team. Guys, sometimes I was not trying the team. I was not getting the players.
True,
it's not that I wanna try. This is what I have. And they keep saying, he tried the team again. What do you mean I tried? This is what they gave me. You understand? And people think I'm trying. They always say, I put a picture, I'm with 70 years old, try the team again. Guys, if it's up to me, I play every single game with the best squad possible every time. And maybe 2-3 young boys that are in a good moment to bring them together, but the best players will always play. I will not try anything if I don't have to. And this was also one thing that people keep saying. He's trying. I was not trying. Believe me. Yeah, again, the Thai culture, I think, plays a big role here because we are more sabai. We are a little bit more in this comfort zone to say, look, if I have here a good contract in a good club, why should I go to another country? For example, as a player. This is culture thing. If you go to Japan or if you go whatever, they want to leave Japan because they want to play in Europe. Okay, they have probably the quality also to play in Europe, but we are more this culture to say, look, the life is nice, the life is beautiful, né? Sabai. It's very good to live your life, very good. But sometimes for the sport, for the competition, we should be more hungry about want the next step. I want to go to Japan, I want to go to Korea, I want to go to Europe. Even I know will be difficult because I don't have mama, I don't have papa, I don't have my food, I don't have the language, I don't speak good English. Okay, it's more difficult, but this makes you a better person. Not always, but maybe will do good for you to have some difficulties. If you stay here and you are a good player and you got a nice contract from Bangkok United, you think, okay, what else I want? I will be always playing, I will be coaching the national team, I will have nice girls all my life. Okay, some are married, it's okay, but I will have a good life, right? And again, sometimes to go to where it's painful a little bit, to say, okay, it's difficult, I don't speak Japanese or I don't speak English, but I want to try to improve myself. I don't eat that food, but maybe that food is a good food for a football player. So I will try to eat that food also. I mean, I'm not saying you must do that. Of course, everyone decides for yourself. I'm just saying sometimes the culture that is very nice for living the life is not the best one when it comes to that sport moment, for that 90 minutes also. Sometimes a Thai player accept losing easier than another culture. I give example, Germany. I was 7 years in Germany. If I lose a game in Germany, away, for example, bus drive 3 hours. We went there, we lost 1-0, 2-0, whatever. The bus drive from that place back home is like someone passed away. Someone is dead. Nobody's saying anything. People are angry in the bus. They're angry. They don't make jokes. They don't laugh. They go these 3 hours like something really bad happened. Believe me. And what was it? It was just a game. We could say, what? It's just a game. But that defeat, they take that. They want to come to the next game. Here, we lose a game. Many times. If you go in that bus drive, everything is fine again. Sabai, let's go.
Yeah.
You understand?
Understand.
Again, I don't want to criticize the culture because it's a good culture to live. I'm just saying that sometimes the difference between losing and winning in sport is huge. Huge. And for our culture, the Thai culture is small.
Okay.
small. They say, okay, coach, we try next time. What is right? Yeah, we try next time. But we need to be angry when we lose. We need to hate losing. Hate losing. Hate. I hate losing playing cards with my daughter. She's 7. And we fight. You understand? That's what I mean. I know I am also bad in the extreme about not losing, a bad loser.
Yeah.
But we also should say, look, we want to win. We want to win every game. And if you lose, we are angry. And we are angry for a while. When I lose a game, I don't sleep. Believe me, my wife already say, look, take the sofa, leave me alone. I will watch the game again, probably. But I cannot sleep. It's in my side.
Yeah.
Inside of me, sorry. And cannot sleep because I lost. And we sometimes, because of our culture, Thai players, okay, coach, next time. In a club especially, that you have more games. Thai national team beat less because you have only a competition, of course, we want to win. But this, we could get out of the comfort zone sometimes. To say, look, let's fight, put more effort, be more professional, take more care about the food. Maybe some players that are already good players, they say, okay, I did already, I made it. So I can eat sometimes my junky food, I can drink my Coke or whatever. Sometimes it's these small details, all together, small details to say, I want to be a real professional. Real, because this is my job. I am a football player, professional. I want to be top fit. I want to have no fat. I want to run faster. But for that, you have to give away a lot of things. A lot. You need to eat good. You need to do less party. You need to maybe drink less alcohol. Whatever you need. There is a lot of things that you can do to improve that. And sometimes, I believe, not all. Many are doing, the new generation also very good, but not all the players are doing that. And that is then the players' responsibility that I'm talking now. After that, of course, there is now FA, clubs, league, everything. But players also have a responsibility to take care of themselves, take care of their bodies. As I said, take the challenge. Go to Japan, go to Korea, go to Belgium, go to England. Try to live in a difficult time. I left Brazil 25 years ago, guys. I live in 9 different countries.
Yeah.
I face a lot of difficult times. But this makes me stronger as a person. Make me learn about other cultures, other people. And again, I of course, one day I will go back to Brazil and I will think about and say, okay, was good. Good time. It's very difficult to choose one, but again, of course, Tiraton he has this what I'm thinking to you. He has a very strong winner mentality. He's not an easy guy to coach. He has a strong personality. It's not easy. I would prefer more the quiet guys for a coach. But his winning mentality and the way he takes care of himself and the personality that he brings to the pitch is amazing. But then if you talk quality, of course, Messi J, Saraj, I like a lot. Mui for me, remember even against Singapore. Even that is, for example, and that's what I mean, about internet and social media are killing the coach, about Chris Ada and Super Shock. Again, this will never change, guys. But for me as a coach, when I come here and cannot sleep, I'm not thinking about that because I know why I'm doing that. I'm thinking about, for example, why I didn't bring Mui against China the last 20 minutes. I know he was not ready. Even I was criticized a lot to bring Mui to the squad. Remember? Say, how he's not playing, he's injury in BG. I say, wait a moment, let him come here because he is Mui, man. Mui is only one Mui in Thailand. So, but maybe in the games against China, maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying that we got 3-4 days more training. He got good in the training. We brought him in Singapore. He won the game alone. It was 1-1. He came in 2 minutes. He made 2 assists, 3-1 for us. These are the things that make you crazy as a coach. Understand? Not the other ones that the social media is following. But there I was thinking, maybe because I brought I think I brought Arm, right? No, don't remember. No, Arm start again. Don't remember. But Mui was 90 minutes on the game, on the bench. Again, I knew he was not 100%, but maybe sometimes 50% Mui can help you more with his experience. And these are things that we coaches keep thinking after.
Okay. Saying to Thirasin, do you think who will replace him?
Supanat for me.
Supanat. But Supanat playing in winger rather than forward center.
That's why I believe he could be a good forward center with Supashai, of course. Both together could do the job. I prefer, again my opinion, I prefer Supanat still as a striker, second striker than a winger for me. And I believe the boy is something special. He has a lot of quality, good finishing, good physical. He's trying now to go the hard way, getting out of the comfort zone. I think he could be the next one. I mean, maybe not a box striker like Mui, but again, a good forward player. Second striker or with two strikers, I believe he could be the next one. Keep believing. Again, the World Cup dream is not gone. Thanks for the support. I really feel that on the street, as I said. Maybe the last months I didn't feel that on social media, but I feel on the streets. And as I told you, the society likes that. They like more drama. In Thailand, we love drama as well.
Yeah.
As I said, fans, only fans, they can say whatever they want, and I accept. Some journalists that work with that, sometimes it's painful for me. Just do your job, but be also responsible for your job. I need also to be responsible for my job. But you have a huge influence on people's mind. Who control the media controls the mind. There's a saying about that. So don't take personal. If you like me or don't like me, is okay. It's not a big deal. But if you don't like me, still be responsible for what you write. Still be responsible for what you say. You don't need to like me. And again, if I don't, it was never my target to be liked by people. Really, everybody's darling, they normally don't survive in the world nowadays. I don't want to be everybody's darling. I just want you to be responsible. Because you are getting paid for that. So be responsible for what you write and be fair. Again, you want to talk about football, talk about football. But don't take it personal. Don't take anything personal to me. I'm there, I'm a coach, but behind that, I'm still a human being. Yeah? So I saw many cases now with Coach Young, remember Coach Tong now, where they even go to the lawyers, whatever, because people. So we know that the negative sells more, but you still have a responsibility as a journalist, a reporter, a media. You want to change the coach, it's fine, change the code, push to change the code, this is all the word. But stay fair, stay not personal. Yeah, talk about, okay, this is not good, we want different. Please change the coach. Okay, fine. Yeah, but be fair, don't play a dirty game. Yeah, don't write lies. As I said, I give you one example, or don't insult me personally. You don't need to insult me, insult my family. I mean, I know emotions, fans, again, can. They have all the rights. But if you are getting paid to give information, give the right one. Don't write lies and don't be personal. That's it. All the rest I will respect. And again, even if the social media can put something different directions, I can tell you, I'm very happy to live here, and I can see in the real life that is on the street, in the supermarket, and that we had a good time together.
Yeah.
And that is what counts. is a way that, I mean, we coaches again, sometimes we are a lot under pressure. You have to find a way to focus on something or focus on the game. And I don't know when it happens, how it happens, but it's like I like to have the bottles organized. Now it's less because now many people don't left many bottles on the side anymore like before. The referees because someone kicked the bottles and get red cards and whatever. So, but for me, always to like to come down, like to come to my own, like that's why I go there. I need to touch something, you know. Or if it's a Gatorade, must be water, Gatorade, water. Cannot be water, Gatorade. So then I move them and I put them on the side, and it's just a crazy habit that bring me a little bit down to say, look, man, calm down. What you can see now, what's the situation now. It's like I'm talking to the bottles, man, because it's good they don't answer me. So it's like a good conversation.
Talking with the bottle.
Yes. Talking to the bottles, and the bottles are understanding me because they cannot talk. I know, but sometimes I need my time alone.
Oh.
Yes, a lot. I'm totally crazy about it.
That's a belief.
Colors, the shirt, everything. As you know, I mean, when I play, a shirt is winning, that will be the shirt until the end. First AFF, I wear the same shirt for 8 times.
Yeah.
And then when I lose, I kick it out forever, get the new one. A lot of superstition also in before the game, like in the hotel when I will go to take a shower, I have some crazy things, really crazy things, like I brush my teeth and in the shower. And normally, wherever you are in the hotel, you can draw the tooth things. I draw it from the shower in the where you wash your hands.
Yeah.
And I draw, and when I draw, must stay there, cannot boom and out, because I believe if boom I'm out, I will lose the game. So I always constantly and then stay there. If go there, I run, take it back, go again, until I have more inside and outside. So the music that I put also, every music has some lyrics that I think, this is talking about the game. Shit. Sometimes it's something crazy with the music. So, this will be a difficult game because of that music now. Because I put I didn't decide the music. I put the music like Yux or whatever, or Spotify. You can say, look, go and choose the music. Without that, I know which music is coming, which song. And if it's a Thai song, I have a lot of Thai songs also. If it's a Thai song, I say, okay, it's Thai song. Today's a good day. Because the app put the Thai song, not me. So I have all these crazy things about clothes, about what I do before the game. Totally crazy, I know. What if I dream? Sometimes I dream before the game. If I dream about a player, believe that player will come in. If he's not in my first 11, I will bring him. Because I dream. He appeared in my dream. So he must play next day.
Really?
Really. I have this.
It comes from your imagination?
Yes, from the dream. If I dream in the night from a player, that player will play the next day. Of course, I don't dream every time about a player. Sometimes I have a normal sleep. But if I'm sleeping before the game, I remember that happened many times with Lisso. I don't know why, I like Lisso a lot. But when I was Bangkok United, many times in the dream, Lisso, I said, come on, Lisso must play tomorrow. So, let's go. One time I dreamed with Voracek. Don't ask me why. And I brought him, and he scored a goal. Really. But this is again, sometimes this goes wrong, guys. It's just some superstition that happens. But it happens if I dream about a player. I believe that, okay, maybe that player. Sometimes I dream and the player is already in the first 11, of course. And then I just keep going. I say, okay, I think this player will play good tomorrow because I dream. But of course, this is all nonsense, guys. Nonsense, but happens. superstition, as I said, the music, the brushed things, the clothes. Again, I never change a winning shirt so long this shirt is not losing.
Lastly, can we expect to see Coach Mano return to work in Thailand, even club, even Thailand national team?
I hope so, because I like to live here. But again, probably now I'm leaving, because there is nothing now at the moment, and I need a job, or I like to have a job. So I will wait until March. If nothing happen here, I'm probably leaving. End of March is the deadline that I put for myself. I mean, my kid finished the school in June. We will stay here in the house until June. But end of March, latest, I wanna work again.
But can you return to Thailand every time?
Can, of course.
If the
offer is good. Again, I would love. I mean, I work all my life here. I know the league well. I know most of the players. It's probably the easiest country to work for me. But I don't have problem to work in Vietnam and Indonesia. What I want, as I told you, I want now a good balance between life and job. I don't want to go to a country that I'm a little bit afraid, or country that are not so secure. These kind of things. I'm not doing anything for the job. I want a job where I can have a good life, quality life, and a good club or national team.